We are what we repeatedly do. Perfection, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. All human actions have one or more of these seven causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. Aristotle. A friend to all is a friend to none. Aristotle. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Aristotle. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. Aristotle. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. Aristotle. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Aristotle. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. Aristotle. This communicating of a man's self to his friend works two contrary effects, for it redoubles joys, and cuts the griefs in half. Aristotle. Let us be well persuaded that every one of us possesses happiness in proportion to his virtue and wisdom, and according as he acts in obedience to their suggestion. Aristotle. Man perfected by association is the best of all animals. He is the most terrible of all when he lives without law and without justice. Aristotle. No great genius has ever existed without some touch of madness. Aristotle. The least initial deviation from the truth is multiplied later 1,000-fold. Aristotle. The wicked have no stability, for they do not remain in consistency with themselves. They continue friends only for a short time, rejoicing in each other's wickedness. Aristotle. Perfection is an art won by training and habituation. We do not act rightly because we have virtue or perfection, but we rather have those because we have acted rightly. We are what we repeatedly do. Perfection, then, is not an act but a habit. Aristotle. When people are friends, they have no need of justice, but when they are just, they need friendship in addition. Aristotle. Knowledge of the fact differs from knowledge of the reason for the fact. Aristotle. Man is by nature a political animal. Aristotle. Friendship is essentially a partnership. Aristotle. They count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who overcomes his enemies. Aristotle. It is possible to fail in many ways, while to succeed is possible only in one way. Aristotle. Law is order, and good law is good order. Aristotle. We make war that we may live in peace. Aristotle. Evil draws men together. Aristotle. But oligarchs and tyrants mistrust the people, and therefore deprive them of their arms. Aristotle. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. Aristotle. Wit is educated insolence. Aristotle. Character is that which reveals moral purpose, exposing the class of things a man chooses or avoids. Aristotle. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Aristotle. Philosophy is the science which considers truth. Aristotle. Without friends no one will choose to live, though he had all other goods. Aristotle. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Aristotle. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. Aristotle. I have gained this by philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. Aristotle. What we have to learn to do, we learn by doing. Aristotle. All proofs rest on practices. Aristotle. Even when laws have been written down, they ought not always to remain unaltered. Aristotle. There was never a genius without a tincture of madness. Aristotle. To love someone is to identify with them. Aristotle. All men by nature desire knowledge. Aristotle. Subscribe to Inspirational quotes for more. Aristotle.